The Tale of Ifunnaya. Once upon a time, in the heart of the verdant and vibrant land of Umidike, a small Igbo village nestled between lush hills and flowing rivers, there lived a beautiful woman named Ifunnaya. Ifunnaya was known far and wide for her radiant beauty and her sweet oranges, which she sold at the bustling village market. Ifunnaya's life had taken a tragic turn when she lost her husband, Nkemdelim, to the cold hands of death. The villagers mourned with her, as was the custom, and after his burial, she was expected to observe a year-long mourning period. During this time, the tradition of Umidike forbade her from sleeping with another man, warning that her husband's spirit would not only haunt her but also kill her if she did. Months passed, and Ifunnaya adhered strictly to the mourning rituals. However, whispers began to spread through the village, accusing her of having a hand in her husband's untimely death. Despite having no evidence, the villagers' suspicions grew, and Ifunnaya became a target of their unfounded blame. One late afternoon, as Ifunnaya hawked her oranges in the village, a group of young men called her aside, claiming they wanted to buy all the oranges she had. Excited at the prospect of selling out for the day, Ifunnaya agreed and followed them to a nearby hut to drop off the fruits. But as soon as she entered, the men pounced on her, violating her and leaving her unconscious on a bush path. When she regained consciousness, she found herself surrounded by villagers, who refused to help her, believing that she was being punished by her late husband's spirit for breaking the mourning code. Despite her pleas and obvious pain, only one young girl, Chinya, stepped forward to help her home. Ifunnaya was deeply grateful to Chinya, who showed her compassion when everyone else turned away. Chinya helped Ifunnaya regain her strength and, once Ifunnaya was stable, returned to her own home. Ifunnaya, however, was left traumatized by the experience and the villagers' harsh treatment. Determined to seek justice, Ifunnaya decided to report the incident to the village chief, Igbo Okoro. To her horror, she discovered that the men who assaulted her were none other than Igbo Okoro's sons. Summoning all her courage, she told the chief what had happened, hoping for justice. But the chief's sons turned the story around, accusing Ifunnaya of seducing them instead. Igbo Okoro sided with his sons, dismissing Ifunnaya's claims. News of the incident spread quickly, and Ifunnaya's reputation was further tarnished. She was now seen as a promiscuous woman who had willingly offered herself to the men just months after her husband's death. Devastated, Ifunnaya returned home, tears streaming down her face. Weeks later, Ifunnaya discovered she was pregnant. Shocked and confused, she decided to confront Igbo Okoro once more, this time to inform him of her pregnancy. However, the chief refused to see her. Desperate, Ifunnaya went to the market square and screamed her story for all to hear, hoping to garner some support. But the villagers mocked her, questioning her sanity and dismissing her cries. Just as Ifunnaya was about to give up, Chinya approached her again, expressing her belief in Ifunnaya's story. Ifunnaya wept in gratitude, overwhelmed by the young girl's unwavering support. But the weight of her sorrows and the villagers' cruelty became too much to bear. Ifunnaya, broken by the loss of her husband and the torment she had endured, decided to end her life. Before she did, Ifunnaya placed a curse on Umidike. No one in the village would hear the cry of a baby again. The next morning, news of Ifunnaya's death spread, and the villagers speculated that her husband's spirit had finally claimed her. Life in the village continued as usual, oblivious to the curse that had been placed upon them. Years passed, and the villagers began to notice a troubling pattern. No one was able to conceive. The cry of a baby, once a common sound, was now a distant memory. The children born before the curse had all grown, and the newly married couples remained childless. Desperate, the villagers turned to Igbo Okoro for answers. The chief consulted the gods and was told that Ifunnaya had placed a curse on the village before she died. The gods, however, remained silent on how to lift the curse. Months turned into years, and the villagers' desperation grew. One day, during a village meeting, a woman named Neka suggested marrying people from neighboring villages, hoping this might break the curse. While the idea seemed promising, it soon proved futile, as those who married outsiders still failed to conceive. Word of the curse spread, and people from neighboring villages stopped marrying in Umidike, deepening the villagers' despair. Over a decade later, a glimmer of hope appeared. News spread that a woman named Adiz had gotten pregnant after marrying a man from a neighboring village. Adiz's pregnancy brought a mix of hope and fear to Umidike. The villagers watched her closely, half expecting tragedy to strike. But her pregnancy progressed smoothly, and she eventually gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. The entire village was in awe as they heard the cry of a baby for the first time in over 10 years. The villagers held a meeting to discuss the implications of this miracle. A woman named Amora, who had been married for 7 years without a child, suggested that Adiz might hold the key to lifting the curse. She proposed that Adiz could help other women conceive. Adiz, however, was taken aback by the proposal. When the women approached her with their request, she refused, unable to comprehend what they were asking of her. Shocked and desperate, the women pleaded with Adiz to sleep with their husbands, believing this was their only hope. Horrified by their suggestion, Adiz sent them away, warning them never to return. Despite Adiz's refusal, the desperate woman persisted, spreading rumors that she was responsible for the village's plight. The atmosphere in Umidike grew increasingly hostile towards Adiz, who felt the villagers' resentment and envy. One night, Adiz's daughter suddenly fell ill. Her stomach swelled, and Adiz, fearing the worst, rushed her to the village healer, who refused to help. The healer claimed that since Adiz refused to help the other women, she had no right to seek healing for her daughter. Desperate and terrified, Adiz watched as her daughter's condition worsened. The next morning, Adiz's husband, Chibuzo, went to Egui Okoro to plead for help. The chief, however, remained indifferent. Realizing they had no other option, Adiz and Chibuzo decided to leave Umidike and seek help in Chibuzo's village. As they prepared to leave, a group of women approached them, revealing that they had the cure for their daughter's ailment. These women, led by a wise elder named Momonkechi, confessed that they were tired of the village's evil ways and wanted to help. They told Adiz about a secret meeting where some villagers had plotted to kill her daughter, believing this would lift the curse. But their hearts couldn't let them harm an innocent child. Instead, they sought the help of a powerful woman who lived on the outskirts of the village and obtained an antidote. Grateful and relieved, Adiz gave her daughter the antidote, and her health was immediately restored. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Adiz thanked the women for their kindness. The next day, the villagers were astonished to see Adiz's daughter healthy again. Rumors of the failed attempts to harm the child spread, and soon after, several women in the village found themselves pregnant. It was a miraculous turn of events, and the villagers were left wondering how this was possible. Unbeknownst to them, Ifunanya's curse had come with a hidden blessing. Before ending her life, Ifunnaya had blessed the womb of one person who had shown her genuine kindness, the young girl, Chinya, who had grown up to be Adiz. The curse stipulated that anyone who showed true kindness to Adiz and her children would be freed from the curse. As word of this revelation spread, the villagers began to shower Adiz and her daughter with love. However, the newfound affection was tainted by the villagers' previous actions, and only those who had shown genuine kindness were able to conceive. This included the women who had saved Adiz's daughter. Egui Okoro's lineage, marked by his son's cruelty, ended as none of their wives could conceive. The rest of the villagers who had harbored hatred and malice remained childless for the rest of their lives. The tale of Umidike served as a powerful reminder that actions have consequences and that kindness and compassion are virtues that benefit everyone. It also underscored the importance of seeking the truth and not jumping to conclusions based on rumors. In the end, the villagers of Umidike learned a hard lesson. The once vibrant village, now marked by years of bitterness and regret, began a slow journey towards redemption, one act of kindness at a time. And so, the story of Ifunnaya, Chinye, and Adis was told for generations, a timeless lesson in the power of compassion, the danger of false accusations, and the enduring impact of one's actions. I hope you enjoyed the tale. If so, please like the video, comment, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more enchanting tales like this one. Goodbye.